Hey guys, Kevpert here. Today we'll do some 1v1 replay analysis. Right now I'm a superstar in ones, so I think I've got a good enough understanding of the game to do some analyses. I think these are a great teaching tool to show you things like positioning and decision making, so I hope that you guys learn a lot from this replay. The Cosmic Owl, who will be watching today, is a Challenger Elite, so there will definitely be some mechanical errors, and these generally go away with technical practice and more hours in the game, but there are definitely a lot of teachable moments in this replay. We'll mainly focus on positioning, awareness, and decision making, all of which should help you become a better player at once. Okay, so it looks like he's watching the other player and reacting, but he actually ends up going backwards here, so the ball ends up in his half. That's not great, but once it pops up, he also gets stuck under it for a bit, and he can't see where the opponent is. So at that point, he should just play it safe by heading back to his own net, pick up some boost pads. Maybe here I would turn off ball cam, maybe tap rear cam to see my opponent, and then head back to net. But I do want to break down this next play, because Cosmic Owl really goes out of the way to get boost. It's pretty obvious that his opponent is trying to set up a center, so he should be in the net ready for an easy clear. Instead, he has to make a really fast and tough save, which I think he just gets a little lucky on. So here, that's a really good play. He knows he can't win that challenge, so he just backs off and then tries to collect this on his ball. So that might look like a mechanical error, but it's more of a decision-making error, so we'll break it down. At this point, he should just look for his opponent. Here, you can kind of see that the opponent has peeled off to the left, so by the time he's up the wall, he should recognize that the opponent is really far. A wall aerial from here just isn't worth it. Even if you hit that, you'd probably just clear it to the other player, and you'd be out of position. Instead, he should just drive back down the wall and start a dribble. So this next kickoff is a great kickoff. You'll see he flips early to save boost, then flips sideways to move the ball left, putting him in a great position to get boost and ball control. But he backs off because he has no idea where the opponent is. So right here, he needs to use rear cam. He needs to know what his opponent is doing so he can create an optimal strategy. Cosmic Owl probably could have picked up boost and ball control, but he unnecessarily backs away because he had subpar information. That's awareness, guys. That's something he can improve just by tapping rear cam in his next game. Now he's defending a tough 1v1 dribble. It's awkward and could have been prevented. But if you're in this position, you have to deal with the hand you're dealt with. Defending 1v1 dribbles is all about stepping out to prevent a shot or getting in a position to cover the goal. Right here, he's in a great position, but he drives left. I think he wants to try to turn and step, but he was actually in a great position for an easy save. He realizes this way too late and he gives up an easy shot. That just requires some patience. So this is another great kickoff. He flips right, the ball goes right. He gets the ball, he should get the boost here. He misses it, that's alright, so he just circles back. And this is really good step here, just to put pressure on the opponent. Now the opponent has to make an awkward hit. And he makes the right decision trying to catch the ball. But he should be doing this in ball cam, so that he can catch this on his right side and see his opponent. Remember what I said earlier about awareness? He's essentially blind here. He's working on subpar information, and he has to guess where his opponent is. And he kind of just panics. In most games, that'd be a goal conceded. Nice bump here. He can probably just take his boost and hit this a little left so that it rides lower on the wall. Maybe he could get a shot like that. But he pulls out, which is fine. And he's trying to recover the ball. He should be using ball cam here. He has no idea where the player is. It kind of just surprises him. And the player comes and attacks the ball. Here he backs off. Good smart play. And then he goes for the tackle. Very smart play. And then he makes a mechanical error. So it looks like he was trying to hit that up the wall to keep the attack going. But it's a mechanical error. We don't really need to cover that. He's switching it up here, which I like, but it doesn't work out. So good decision to read the danger and go to net, but he could go a little faster and handbrake inside the net to face the play. Then you could just attack that ball instead of doing a difficult double jump burial. The opponent ends up missing, so he gets a nice breakaway goal. Okay, so kickoff's on his side, so it's not that great. He can actually step there. 90% of the time, I'll say the opponent will go for that boost. And while they're going for that boost, you can just hit in behind them, pick up some boost pads, have them going backwards and defending. Much better than giving up boost and ball control. So this is just an error. Not much to analyze here, he just flips a little too early. So this is a really good kickoff. Gets the boost, should shoot immediately. At the very worst, you're working the opponent to make a save. Most of the time you could probably get a goal, but makes up for it with a good bump there. Has a lot of time, but rushes the shot. TheCosmicOwl just did a really good bump to get the other player out of the way. TheCosmicOwl should probably just take his time and just just dribble it in. Looks like the opponent gave up here. But I do want to take it back to that play off the kickoff. This play will result in a lot of goals and ones if you act quickly. If you pick up this boost and you boost while flipping at this ball, you can get a pretty strong shot, even if you have only about 15 boost. So this kickoff is done really well. He flips to the side, he gets the boost, and because he's on the wall, he puts the ball a little further back to recover the ball and have boost control. It's not that risky of a play because the opponent has no boost and he knows that. So he played that really well. What I will say is that right here, you should probably just tap rear cam, figure out where the player is. Because he does give this ball a wide berth, he could have hit this into the other corner, but he did take a big risk there. He almost gave up a goal there. So right here, he loses control of the dribble, and he just backs off. That's good play. But here, he looks like he's trying to go for a block, but he got that all wrong, and we'll break down what he did wrong. That's good that he didn't charge into the corner, because you can get unfavorable hits that way. But here the ball is so far away from the opponent that he can actually step. He can turn left, boost at the ball, and flip. Instead, he stopped, and he lost all of his forward momentum to carry into a flip. But he does recover quite well, because the opponent hits a little wide, and he goes and charges the ball. Here, he doesn't really need to hit this up the wall, but he's smart on giving up on the play here and going back to regroup. Now this is good pressure. This is pressuring, and he's smart to back off initially. But this is really poor play. There, he's kind of going for an all or nothing play when he doesn't need to. If you miss a backflip, then you end up being way out of position. He should have let the ball run over him and try to beat the opponent to the ball to get it clear. He probably didn't need to go for this one, since the ball arc is well over the goal. He could have saved some boost. The other player pressures him pretty well, but he's quick to recover here. And this is the best play of the game so far. He gets an excellent bounce dribble starting. He catches these on the up bounce. And those can be really intimidating to an opponent. So let's take a look at that again. So what's happening here is he's rolling it up the wall to get it bouncing, and then he's boosting into the ball in the up bounce. Even though he didn't flip at the ball, this is a really intimidating move because the opponent has to cover the worst case scenario, which is the power shot. So that's a pretty poor kickoff because he gets too high up on the ball before flipping. Yeah, see what he's going for there? I think he's trying to clear that over his goal, but he's got that all wrong. He got on the wrong side of the ball. Yeah, this is a really interesting kickoff because it looks like he has boost and ball control. I think that's what he thinks, but he never checked. And the opponent actually gets a pretty decent shot. So that's just another example where you tap rear cam. That was a really good clear. He has to use his back wall to clear. And he loses control of the dribble. When he regroups, he's pretty good about recognizing when the dribble fails and coming back. He recovers really fast, and I just want to highlight a little move he did that allows him to get back so fast. After he gets an unfavorable 50-50, watch out as soon as he lands, he handbrakes and boosts to get a quicker turn. He flips, and while he's floating, uses a little extra boost to go supersonic. This is awesome play, and he gets back to prevent a goal because of it. I also want to talk about how he steps here. When the opponent loses control of the dribble and the ball's rolling on the ground. When the ball's on the ground like that, that's a good visual cue to step and tackle. There's no danger of conceding a flip shot. The bounce dribble doesn't work out, but this is a great use of boost to land on the wall and maintain his speed. This is a good initial step here. And he's just going to catch this on the wall to roll it up. And this right here is his best play of the game. So let's take a look at that again. So he's timed this perfectly to roll it up the wall. He just catches it on the bevel. And it's here that he's playing strategically. He's followed the ball along the wall, and he's watching the opponent, waiting for him to make a move. TheCosmicOwl jumps, and when the opponent commits, TheCosmicOwl flips and gets to the ball first. He won the ball because he's a lot closer. Because he waited for the opponent to commit, he's got an open goal. There's not too much to analyze here. TheCosmicOwl is going to make a lot of risky plays to try and score early. Overall, I think TheCosmicOwl is a pretty good 1v1 player, and he had an alright game. Looking through the game, he conceded some easy goals, which is a good thing, since it's something he can quickly eliminate. In my opinion, his level of play could easily put him in Rising Star, maybe pushing Shooting Star. So a few notes. It's one thing to say he made poor decisions, but a lot of those poor decisions arose from lack of awareness. And that's something you can quickly improve by using rear cam, ball cam, or even using the camera swivel. Now this isn't specific to any one scenario, but TheCosmicOwl can also change the tempo of the game. He was playing at a high speed for most of the game, grabbing a lot of boost and pushing the ball up the field. His best pieces of play actually came from when he had the patience to slow down the game, either with the bounce dribble or the wall arrow play. For TheCosmicOwl, I'd recommend some practice in free play, just working on basic dribbles at slower speeds and flip shots, especially back flip shots, just to give an extra dimension to his play. If you're at or around this level, I also recommend using his kickoff technique of flipping early and side flipping. You could see how many times he was in a position to get boost and ball control. Also, as the game wore on, watch his recovery speed. That'll prevent you a lot of goals. So, just want to say thanks to TheCosmicOwl for letting me use this free play. Hope to help you guys out.